morning, everybody. Now that we've all finished reading the first chapter of The Giver, we're going to go through it a little bit more carefully, looking for the characters that we've met so far in the book and their character traits. So before we do that, can anyone give me a definition for character traits? Anna.
So a trait is kind of like a description of a person. So maybe how they act or kind of who they are, I think.
Absolutely. Description of a person, how they act, who they are. Personality is another word we could use. It's a great definition. Can anyone think of some examples of character traits? Susan?
Someone who's funny.
Funny, absolutely. Any other examples? Sarah?
Someone who's brave.
Brave. Totally. Those are great examples of character traits. Those are a little bit more positive ones. There's also more negative character traits. Mean and cruel are both examples of traits as well. So we're going to look for traits of the characters in this book, and we're also going to look for evidence of those traits, because we're going to be writing about the characters in this book. And to write about a character, if you just say, this person's funny, and you move on, that doesn't give us very much description, and it doesn't make for a very good essay. So we're going to want to use evidence from the book, pulling from it, to show what the traits are. So I'm going to start by giving an example. In the very first paragraph, we're going to try and see if we can find a character trait of Jonas, the main character. So the first paragraph. It was almost December, and Jonas was beginning to be frightened. No, wrong word, Jonas thought. Frightened meant that deep, sickening feeling of something terrible about to happen. Frightened was the way he had felt a year ago when an unidentified aircraft had overflown the community twice. He had seen it both times. From that section, can anyone think of a trait, character trait of Jonas? Sarah?
Frightened.
Frightened. So that was a really good job of pulling a word from the book. But I would actually disagree with you on that one, because I think frightened was a feeling that he had in the past when that aircraft flew over. But it's not exactly part of who he is, or a description of how he is as a person. Because he says that now he's not actually frightened, and that's the wrong word. So a word that I was thinking of, a trait of Jonas, is that he's precise. So he really wants to use the right word to describe his feelings, and frightened isn't quite it. So on my chart, and you have charts in front of you if you want to add this to yours as well, if you agree with me, I'm going to add Jonas. And one of his traits is that he is precise. And then in this third column for evidence, I'm going to say on page 1, he wants to use an accurate word to describe his feelings. So now it's your turn. You're going to go through that first chapter and find the characters and traits of those characters and then evidence for those traits. Before we get started, does anyone have any questions? Great. So now that you're all done filling out your charts, we're going to learn a little cheer to help us remember how to identify character traits. So I need you all to stand up and repeat after me.
Repeat after me.
Repeat after me.
Repeat after me.
T-R-A-I-T.
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 Person trait evidence. 1, 2, 3.
Person trait evidence. 1, 2, 3.
T-R-A-I-T.
T-R-A-I-T.
It's all about the character, their personality.
It's all about the character, their personality.
Are you ready to do it all together?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we say trait twice at the beginning?
We'll just do it once.
Great.
Ready, set.
T-R-A-I-T. Person trait evidence. 1, 2, 3. T-R-A-I-T. It's all about the character, their personality.
Woo!